talk about 5 things you can do right now if you're ready to return to the workforce or to look for a new job. Number 1, you need to focus on going ahead and updating your resume. There are 2 different types of resumes I generally recommend. You need an ATS-friendly resume, which is more of a word-heavy, keyword-rich resume that's 1 to 2 pages that you are going to use to apply online for jobs. It's generally in a Word format, and the biggest mistake that people make is they add headers and footers and text boxes inside of their resume. And this makes it very difficult for applicant tracking systems to read. So I really recommend that you focus on creating a document that's easy to read, simple layout, straight to the point, and focuses on your accomplishments and quantify them and really provide numbers. The second thing you're going to need is an infographic resume, and the reason why I recommend that is because it's a visual representation of your skills and your accomplishments. It's generally a 1-pager. You can use Canva or use Fiverr and create a dynamic document that you can then proactively market yourself into an organization or send to people within your market, and that's generally sent in a PDF form. And you can put a little bit more personality and visuals to it, which is always great. The second thing you need to do is update your LinkedIn profile. And I don't think people realize that LinkedIn is used for so many different things, but if you don't create a public profile, then you're not optimizing the amount of views you could get. A lot of recruiters don't have access to LinkedIn Recruiter, so the fastest way they can potentially do a search is on Google. So the more keyword rich your LinkedIn profile is, the easier they can find you. Since LinkedIn does track your algorithms and your behaviors, if I'm a recruiter and I don't have LinkedIn seat to look on the back end, they start to notice if we ask or look for the same type of profile over and over again, and it kind of either slows down or they stop giving responses, or sometimes you're not able to do specific searches. I've had mine lock up before for a month. So you just want to get that updated, have a really great photo of you smiling and showing your teeth with a little bit of personality, no smug faces and power poses, and really fully utilize that top visual banner to really brand yourself of what you want to be known for. The next thing that you need to do, so we've got resumes, your LinkedIn, is to create a strategy of what you want to do to market yourself. So some people are very passive, which is what has been working in the past in previous job searches, is you kind of just wait for people to come and to find you. And you can use that method by creating an open to work confidential option on your LinkedIn profile, or posting your resume to different job boards, which are useful considering the fact that a lot of recruiters don't have a full-blown LinkedIn recruiter seat, so it's more cost-effective. Or large corporations might only have a membership to Monster, Naraki Golf, Golf Talent, Career Builder. It just depends. So we've talked about your LinkedIn profile, your resume, and updating how people can find you. But the strategy is, like I said, is very important. So if you have a list of companies you want to get into, you can do a lot of things ahead of time to proactively market yourself in those organizations. And you can potentially create templates to send out ahead of time that are going to be prepared to best strategically sell yourself to an employer, whether it's through an email or through an online application. The next thing you can do if you are wanting to, whether it's re-enter the workforce or if you are just ready to start looking, is you want to go ahead and brush up on any new needed skills. It could be a technical skill, it could be to understand Web 3.0, a new type of coding, whatever it is that you need to learn, this is the time to do it in parallel to what you're doing. LinkedIn Learning offers a lot of amazing certifications, and you simply take, I think it's a 30-day free membership, and you can go ahead and take classes that interest you or that maybe are needed for particular jobs that you're targeting. So do a little bit of research on what the requirements are. And once you've completed them, then they'll give you a certification after you pass a quiz. You can use Udemy, you could do continuing education, or even get some type of official certificate or certification that you need. Those are all things you want to update on your LinkedIn profile and on your resume, and will really help to get you to the top of the stack, I guess you could say, in consideration for new roles. So we've talked about strategy, we've talked about up-leveling your skills, we've talked about your resume, LinkedIn, and the final thing that I would recommend that you do is you start preparing for interviews. Okay, so this is a tricky piece. Different organizations have different methods on how they want to interview you. The larger the organization, generally the more complex and the more structured. Some organizations use an organization called DDI to have a set of questions that they ask, and generally you have to answer them in a STAR format. So a lot of people make the mistake or assumption that, hey, I'm really good, I'm in sales, I can talk about what I do all day long. But if you don't understand a format of how to answer a question or how to strategically embed the information during the interview, that's where you're going to struggle against other individuals. So if I asked you to get dressed, close your eyes and get dressed, all their clothes in front of you, you would put your leg in, if you wear underwear, which I hope you do, you would put your underwear on the same legs each day. If you put on pants, your dress, anything you do to get ready, brush your teeth, how you put on your makeup, it's generally because of a habit that you do it in the same format. When your body is full of histamine, what ends up happening during an interview is you get really nervous, your body creates histamine, and it makes it kind of like a fight or flight situation. So the more you can prepare ahead of time for interviews, the better off you're going to be, because you'll be focusing more on the strategy. It will become a habit on how to answer a question. I recommend 15 to 20 minutes a day for a minimum of 2 weeks. And these are the best things that you could do to start really preparing yourself for future opportunities or to proactively market yourself into your job search. If you have any questions, please share them.